There's a Chinese proverb in Cantonese that says 和氣生財, which means peace grows wealth. And this is so true and so in line with what I've noticed and learned, which is peace and boring attracts abundance. Chaos and drama repels it. Think about that.
Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Latasha, MD of Lotus of Judah.Ministry International. We're going to delve a little bit into this proverb from the Chinese regarding peace growing wealth. Okay, this is a hidden law of prosperity and also spiritual magnetism. We're going to delve a little bit into this because it really is a teaching regarding how if you master peace, you master prosperity. Okay, it's all about flow. And so this message is going to delve a little bit into peace is not passive, it is an active force when it comes to aligning with heaven's frequency. And we're going to draw from a few scriptures: Proverbs 16:7, James 3:16, and Philippians 4:7. And so within this, we're going to unveil how chaos blocks blessings and peace multiplies it. I want to share a few affirmations before we get into this message. First one is, my peace is my passageway to prosperity. Every storm in my life submits to divine peace. Peace multiplies everything my hands touch. So if you've experienced some type of changes in your life, some transition, some level of chaos, okay, understand that this message is coming to you at this time for a breakthrough, okay? And don't forget, stay connected with Lotus of Judah 1111 Ministry International by liking, subscribing, and also feel free to comment below. I walk in peace and prosperity, okay? And also share this message with somebody who really needs some inspiration and encouragement during this time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our message. All right, let's start off and lay some scriptural foundation for resonance. First, Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. James 3:16. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. Philippians 4:7. And the peace of Yah, God, which surpasses all understanding, shall guard our hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. So, beloved children of the Most High, there is a divine law at play, and this is spanning all humanity. It doesn't matter what language or what background you come from. This is a universal truth. And it's recognized even from ancient wisdom. And in particular, we're focusing on Chinese ancient wisdom at this time, which says peace grows wealth while chaos repels it. And this is not just a mere proverb, okay? This is a universal law that governs flow of prosperity in your life. So this is why in certain environments, especially like corporate environments and organizations, no matter what's going on, they try to make sure there's some level of peace going on in there, because peace equates to revenue. So when your inner atmosphere is filled with gratitude, when you are filled with faith, you become magnetic to prosperity. So this also gives insight into when your heart is filled with animosity or negativity. That's why if you're in that type of energy, you repel. Okay, just like, for instance, there is a physician, and actually he's a scientist, I stand corrected, but he did a study on charging your water with words. So he had one container, and with that water, he just spoke negativity over that water, and he actually placed a paper with negative words underneath it. The opposite container of water, he spoke positive words, and he also placed a paper underneath it with positive words. And what ended up happening is that the water with positive words, it remained clean and clear. And in fact, it looked like it just was distilled water per se. It was just regular water. Now, the other water that he spoke negativity over, what ended up happening was it became stagnant. It started attracting flies and things like that. So think about the significance of that, because the truth of it all is our body is made up of 90 something percent of water. So if that happens to water outside of ourselves. What do you think happens to the alchemy internally if we are speaking and resonating on negativity? Look, I know it's tempting. Life, sometimes presents situations where you want to be negative. I've been there, but I've had to make a conscious effort of focusing on being positive, because anytime I'm positive, no matter what's going on, the Most High is blessing me. So everything in creation is operating at a vibrational frequency of your intentions. So when you're resonating on optimism, focusing on the good, you are in alignment with God's divine order. However, when you are chaotic, when you're resonating with disorder and low frequency things, therefore you're going to get that type of reaction. So this is how you actually move from the passive phase in your life where you're just thinking, things happen and you just got to accept it. Not at all. You can shift your life no matter where you are, no matter what environment you're in. You can shift your life into having peace, into having a level of calm by aligning with faith and understanding that you don't have to literally fight a storm. You can just be in alignment with the Most High God. And so peace isn't the absence of trouble, okay? In life, you're going to experience that. But when you focus on the presence of the Most High God, you move into a space of silence and focusing on the good, you're going to receive more good in your life. Now let's move on to the next phase of this message. We're going to focus on the wealth code, which is hidden in peace. So the Chinese proverb says peace grows wealth. So to translate this spiritually, this is just mean that think of your mind as a garden. And if you're planting your garden with peace, that's literally like giving it the best nutrients. You're giving it good water, clear water. You're tilling the soil. You are basically harvesting. You're in the position to actually reap a good harvest. However, if you have that same garden, and we're using it as a metaphor for your brain, if you're planting woe is me or apathy or self-loathing or anything negative, then that is more so what you're going to yield. So it's important to focus on having a peaceful mind so your creativity can flow. Also, I noticed that when you may need to actually shift something forward, do your best to try to go out in nature. Like I try to barefoot ground when it's warm, because there's natural healing abilities from earth. And again, these are things that some of us may have had the fortunate experience of doing this when we were much younger, right? A lot of times our elders had us doing things we weren't necessarily sure why, but it had a lot of natural holistic healing modalities and we just wasn't aware of it. And so those things, people are becoming aware of them now, and it could seem new age, but really these things have always been around, and they actually provide preventive health within your body. So let's go ahead and move on. We're going to focus a little bit on the warning aspect of focusing on the chaos. Chaos and negativity repels wealth. So again, I know, especially when it comes to social media, most people that are really successful on social media, they focus on a lot of negative drama. That's just what it is. People want to hear more so about the negatives, and it's kind of like even the flow of traffic. People will hold up traffic to see a crash, to see somebody actually being harmed. That says a lot about the mentality of the collective of humanity. However, if you focus more so on the positive, you actually unlock a new level of blessing. So it may be kind of an uphill battle to kind of figure out, if I'm in this world, how am I going to make it if I'm not doing what everybody else does? If you focus more so on solutions, the problem is just going to evaporate. So focus on the things that you are able to be good at, and know that there's billions of people in this world. You're going to find people are naturally going to find you, and you're going to find them just by you doing what it is that is comfortable to you. And you found your niche when you have peace about it. Like it just flows naturally for you. And so another thing too I want to share is, because we have been, from a societal standpoint, we have been conditioned to engage in a lot of gossip, a lot of trauma bonding, a lot of fear talk and bitterness, okay? And what this does is spiritually rob you. It robs you of your ideas. It causes you to be stagnant and complacent. And so you can just simply begin saying certain affirmations, and it's going to shift your mindset, which is so important because our brain is literally our navigation system. And so let's start with this one. I choose to live in an atmosphere where wealth enters. I am in alignment with the heavens economy. Okay, those are just two. Because when you begin to speak like this, and again, for some of you, people are going to think you're a little cuckoo. They're going to think you like, this says a lot, right? This says a lot about society where if you're being positive, that's looked at as strange. But hey, embrace being strange and embrace them thinking you're weird and peculiar, because we're supposed to be set apart. You're not supposed to be like the world. You're going to thrive, and you're going to thrive with sustainability and longevity because you're doing it the right way. It may take a little longer, but it's going to be so fulfilling once your good work starts paying off. That harvest that comes into you when you're doing things with integrity, you work for it. You know how it feels to go without. You know how it feels to not cut corners. And so it's going to be so satisfying and so fulfilling, and you're going to be content about it. So just trust the process. Choose integrity always. Now let's move into how we're going to activate and command peace within our atmosphere. So child of God, or some may say Yah, today I want to share this with you because this is a divine invitation. Okay, you have the ability to speak not only life into your situation, into your finances, into your home, into your business, and even in this nation. All this stuff going on, y'all, we need to be praying for the government because they need it. They really, really need it. And so let's say a few affirmations to command spiritual authority in our life. Okay, I command peace in every area of my life now. I am a magnet for miracles, divine wealth, and optimal health. I reject chaos, fear, and confusion. I am grounded by the Most High Yeshua, Jesus Christ. So I want to share a few more because I have a few more that I jotted down. Okay, guys? So remember, suspend your skepticism. All you need is a little bit of faith, and it's going to go the long way. So let's begin. My peace is my passport to longevity with prosperity. Every storm that I have faced, I have stood 10 toes down, and I receive divine peace. I am a vessel for truth and real prosperity. The atmosphere that I reside in is filled with blessings. Peace multiplies everything that I touch. So in closing, you all, thanks so much for staying tuned throughout this message, you all. Peace is not just about emotional regulation, okay? This is about energetic. It's about eternal. It's about economic. Look, when you actually are doing the inner work, you don't have to say a word. You can go in environments and people will gravitate towards you. People are going to want to understand, like, who are you? You're going to seem like you're from another planet because you're doing the inner work. People can tell that you have true peace internally, and they're going to want some of that. It's not for you to give them your peace, but definitely you are an ambassador of God. More often than not, when people see you and see that you actually are a person that basically you exude integrity, you exude having morality, it is going to be inspiration to people that are really, people are lost in this world. People think that there's not many good people out here. So it's not for you to search for good people. You be the good person and look in that mirror, and then there's a second good person. Okay, be your own best friend. So today, as a messenger of the Most High Yeshua, Jesus Christ, of the Lotus of Judah 1111 Ministry International, thanks so much for being here, and I hope that peace finds you and takes over your life. Okay, I pray that wealth manifests and multiplies by rivers in your home, in your communities, and I ask that you continue to fight the good fight, never give up. It's going to pay off. Until next time, I am Latasha MD. Ashe.